So the video you're about to see is actually an excerpt from one of the calls I did in my community. And why are we sharing this video? I'm sharing it for a couple of reasons. One, because I think this video does a fantastic job of encapsulating something that I say all of the time. What I teach, what we talk about in this community is so much bigger than sales. Human interaction, human communication goes so much farther than that. But there's also something else that I think is exemplified here, and it's the need to never get comfortable. It demonstrates the importance of always challenging yourself and continuing to push yourself to become the best version of yourself. This is actually regarding a conversation that I had with a seller, and I just wasn't happy with the way it went. And for a couple of weeks, that thing stayed on my mind. And I had a transparent and open conversation with Rodolfo regarding not only that conversation, but a conversation that he had with the seller as well. I really hope you guys enjoy this conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts about this dialogue, about everything that I just discussed in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoy.
I got into it with a seller this morning, man. I lost my cool.
¿Ganaste o perdiste?
Well, I think I won because although he got me off, like he shook me, like I was not disrespectful to him, but I was very cutting because he came out at me guns blazing, and I immediately put my foot down, and yeah, he was one of those oh, I am a realtor
my God
type of guys. Yeah, so we went at it a little bit, and then I felt bad.
Wait, why?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. At the end, I was good all the way up to the end. That he told me to shut up, and I told him, "No, you shut up." I told him I don't need your business. And he told me to shut up, and I told him, "Well, you shut up," and I hung up. And because that last part, I felt bad. If I would have not said that, I would have been like, you know what, good.
You think it's salvageable, or you think, nah, this guy's just a tool?
Well, I mean, the guy is crazy. He's asking 2.6 million for a property that is probably worth around 1 at most.
So he's on drugs and he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
So here, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? You guys know I'm always gonna be transparent with you guys. In your opinion, Rodolfo, knowing your personality, know what you're doing, like, is the situation that happened with that seller where I ended up kind of hanging up on him and just kind of these guys, is this helping you? Is it not helping you? Is it like, what, like, give me your honest feedback on that, because full transparency, bro, I've spent a lot of time thinking about that call. I'm going to answer your question. I do want to make you an offer, but I don't want to have a pissing match. And it sounds like you want to do the latter. Would you like to have an adult conversation that includes an offer? I'm not 5 years old, dude. Have a nice day.
Okay.
I put a lot of thought into stuff like this, right? Like, I put a lot of thought into this, and I've gone back and forth playing this out in different ways and looking at it from different perspectives and trying to make sure that, like, with a guy like that, what's the best situation? Not only because I myself am always trying to grow and make sure that I'm evolving my tactics, right? I think you should always do that. Nobody should get comfortable like, this is just what I do and that's it. I get that, but I think evolution is important. But also because I want to make sure I'm conveying accurate information for you guys, right? So that's stuff that's gonna be helpful. And I thought a lot about that. I'm like, well, for Rodolfo's personality type, I could see it going both ways, right? I do stand by that. That was a very difficult dude, and he probably would have been a headache, but there is still that mathematical possibility that if you call him and you give him a number, he has a conversation with you, right? I think the math weighs in. He was just like a temperamental dude, and he's just not worth your time. But I say all that to say this. Give me your opinion. Like, what's your feedback on the methodology of, nah, bro, stand your ground. You got to be able to push back. It's not always the time, but when it is the time, you got to be comfortable doing that. Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it has helped me not only in the sales and marketing aspects of the business, but in overall, even when negotiating with buyers, negotiating with JV partners, it's helped me a lot, man, because I'm very guilty of trying to be a people's pleaser, and I often, I've learned to say no. and it's helped me not only, like I said, not only on the sales part of the business, but also it's made me reflect, because my oldest son, he's 4, and he's very much like me. And I definitely, like, I've actually had to, yesterday I had a conversation with him because, one of his friends at school is, it's always kind of like manhandling him, pushing him around, and I see that he gets upset. So, just like me, he'd rather stay quiet and kind of like, and I really don't want that for my son, like I want him to stand up for himself and say no when he feels like he's not being treated right. So yesterday I was telling him, like, look, Tiago, you have to tell the person that, stop doing that. You don't like it. It's okay saying it, because I feel that he internalizes that. And that's something that I remember back when I was a kid. I used to do a lot, and that projects and transcends to my business. As when it comes to talking to sellers, talking to buyers, sometimes I say yes just to keep the business rather than no. That's not right. That's not how it should be run. If you want to do business with me, this is the way that I do business. If not, then, we can be friends, but we won't be doing business, together. So, as a parent, it's teaching me a lot. You said something to me on the second day of when I started the mentorship that is just man up. It's raw, it's clear, it's straight, it's concise, and it's true, man. I feel like I man up in a lot of things, but in other things, I kind of like retract. And like if I go to a restaurant and I get bad service, I'd rather just never ever come back than to say, yeah, hey, what's going on, man? Like, I'm paying for this. Like, you shouldn't be treating me this way. So it definitely has helped me, man. I mean, when you put me through the ringer with your role plays, it makes me really uncomfortable, but that's what I need. That's definitely what I need. I'm negotiating a JV partnership in which, like, I feel that there is a certain percentage that I need to keep. And, my JV partner is pushing back, and I'm stepping my ground, man. I'm standing on my ground, and I'm like, look, bro, like, this is what I feel it's fair. This is what I feel that it should be. Let's make it that way. If not, we can still be cool, and I'm grateful, but, it probably won't work moving forward. So, it's mostly, man, it's what I'm learning in the last, ever since my sons have been born, I've learned it and I internalize it with the purpose of passing that on to them. You know what I mean? Like me learning myself, but I don't want, at least, well, my small one, I mean, I can already tell that he's not going to take BS from anybody. He is, from now, I can just say that he's going to be that type of dude that he's not going to take crap from anybody. My oldest one, he's a little bit more noble. He's a little bit more quiet. He's very much like me. Great personality, but very much like me as far as temperament is concerned. So what I learned here through you and with you guys, I use it into my business, but I also use that and I pass it on to my son, and I tell him, Tiago, it's okay for you to be like this. It's okay for you to say, no, I don't like that. I need respect. Give me my respect. And, don't treat someone the way that you wouldn't want to be treated. So definitely, man, it's, the short time that I've been here has been a learning experience. Not only as far as sales, man. And I was telling Al when he was here, like, bro, like I don't even look at sales scripts. I barely ask about conditions anymore. Like, I've learned to let go of some stuff. I'm very far away from, being where I need to be or where I want to be. But I mean, in the last, I think it's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I feel like I've done, I've improved a lot, not only in the business, but just on myself, man up, bro. Like in Spanish, we have a saying that es mejor ponerse colorado un ratico. You know what I mean? Like, it's better for you to blush a little bit for a couple of minutes and be uncomfortable for a couple of minutes, but in the long run, it's gonna be better. You know what I mean? So we say it in Colombia, cuentas claras, chocolates pesos. So that's the best way to do business. So this morning when I came across that seller, he just started going at me like I barely said anything, and he was just like, "Yeah, you're fishing. I know the type of business you do, this and that." And I was like, "What do you mean? You don't even know me. I haven't even made an offer to you. What are you talking about?" And he just went at it. And I guess I was caught on the wrong foot, and I went after him. And I just demanded respect, man. I'm like, look, I'm talking to you with respect. I'm gonna ask you to give me the respect that I deserve. If not, then we're not gonna do business. And then he told me 2.6 cash, and I'm like, wait, you're a realtor and you're asking for 2.6 cash? Like, do you even know what you're asking? That doesn't even make sense. And it went downhill from there. He told me to shut up.
All right, guys. So the video that you just saw was a clip from a much longer podcast. To see more clips like this, click one of these videos here. And to see the entire podcast, look for that in the link in the description. See you guys next time.